namhlanje. And thank you so much for ukubuyile. Got the secret lunch break. Angithemba ukuthi nibe right nakwazi ukuthola ama meals nama drinks. And sesurelaxile manje kule session. Kusazoba mnandi ke futhi. I'm going to introduce noma ke ubiza ipanel yethu yanamhlanje. Since now we are getting into transport. Okungezinye zezinto ezingama noma ezinkulu eSouth Africa esirelaya kuzona. Especially if umuntu omusha and you are so interested to transport, this platform is right for you. And let's sazokhuluma ngazo. They are very important because they are going to help you ukuthi ukwazi ukudevelopa maduzane kusasa uqale lonyaka or phakathi nonyaka ukwazi uachieve izinto eziningi. Ukhona laphana Mr. Ntando Kubheka CEO wase Oakley Consultant. That's mshayele izandla uNtando Kubheka. Please izandla bakwethu. Thank you so much. And we do have Ubongani Tumane, CEO of Rada Skills. Please let's give him a round of applause. A huge round of applause, please. Thank you so much, Mr. Bongani Tumane. And we do have Namza Mungamu. She's an aircraft maintenance manager. Please, let's give her a round of applause. She's coming from Starlight Aviation. Let's give her another round of applause, please. Welcome on stage, my beautiful panel. And this is Katisi was transport. So if you are interested with transport, please grab your pen and your diary because sizokhuluma ngezinto ezibaluleke kakhulu ezithinta i-transport. Since sazi ukuthi transport is very vast and iyasiza thina njengosomabhizinisi to trade with abanye abasomabhizinisi nanokuthi ke bazokunikeza i-upgrade kwezinye izinto engakulekelela ezwena u-interested kule mkhakha esobe sikhuluma ngayo. Khona ke nezemfundo esobe siyithinta khona ukuthi ke uma ungena lana kudingeka ini nani mhlawumbe ufuna ukuba i-pilot, mhlawumbe ufuna ukudriver i-scooter, uxhumane no-take a lot, uvule ibhizinisi lakho nokunye okuningi. Ikhona yonke leyo information namhlanje. Alright, so ngizocela ke ukuthi njengamanje ngithathe ngibeke kwi-panel yami njengoba sesi-ready as i-youth. Bazoyi-introducer ukuthi bangabo bani baqhamuka kuphi, and then we'll take it from there. And then later on we'll be having other questions coming from you guys engafisa ukuthi nibabuze wona bese beyakwazi ukuthi besiphendule. Mr. Ntando Kubheka, over to you.
Hi. Hello. My name is Ntando Kubheka. I am here to talk about tracking, but also training, right? Because the two are the things that I'm here to talk about. I am a CEO of a company called Oakley Consultants, as well as Platinum Power, which is our tracking company. And I work with Tita, and I'm here to present our company as far as that is concerned. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please ask Mushai Design Footy. Right. Over to Ubongani Tumane. He's the CEO of Rada Skills. Good woman.
Sanbonani. 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 Njengoba sebeshilo igama lami ngubongani Tumane. Into yokuqala engithanda ukuyisho ngaphambi kokuthi ngithule ikhampani yethu esinayo ukuthi uma ngila Friday ngisekhaya mangisefikile. Ngokuzalwa ngizalelwe la Friday coronation. So kodwa ke ngokusebenza ke umuntu usesePitori ke lokungahamba naye emakhaya ngo1998. ngizobona ukuthi ngangihambela ini. Ingakho sesibuyile ekhaya sokwakha ikhaya. Njengoba sebeshilo uBongani Dumane lona ngu-CEO we-Rada Skills Academy, okuyinkampani esitraina kakhulu i-youth ey'ntweni zamabhizinisi, entrepreneurship. Passion yethu kakhulu iku-youth enterprise development. Ikakhulukazi-ke training yethu broad, kodwa into esibhekene nayo njengamanje esizokhuluma ngayo as i-program iqhubeka, into ebizwa nge-e-commerce ne-last mile. Nike nabona abantu bedeliver ngey'kuta, i-balucheckers kanjani. Train abantu-ke abafuna ukuthi babe involved kulezo zinto lezo. Yona into inkulu esiyenzayo, sisebenzisana ne-Tita kakhulu, yingakho sila namhlanje.
Thank you so much. Asimuphe izandla uBongani. Thank you so much, Mr. Bongani Dumane. And then, last but not least, we do have a beautiful lady, uNomzamo Ncamo. Please introduce yourself.
I am an aircraft maintenance engineer, or engineer. 25 years of age. So I'm here to inspire. Actually, so I'm here to inspire abantu abamnyama to join actually the aviation industry. Ngisuka ngaphansi kwe-company called Starlight Aviation Group, okuyinkampani leyo based eThekwini. We do pilot training, we do aircraft maintenance engineers training, we also do drone pilot licenses. So ukhona nje just a fun fact, ubhuti ofike laphana kimi and chazela ukuthi we also do licensing for drones. Wathi awuyakundela leyo and akuzoboshwa. Into also abortion because it's actually a license to fly drones, and it is illegal in South Africa to fly a drone without a license. So I'll also give you guys a bit of the background as a black person, a female black person in South Africa, on the journey as a behaving in this aviation industry.
Please, let's give her a huge round of applause. Nomzamo Ncamo from Aircraft Maintenance Engineer, Stella Aviation. So today we are going to go to kuningi sobe sikufunda, especially when it comes to izinto ehlukahlukene. And are we ready? Are we ready? All right. So now we are about to dish up, and as Tembo, which you're going to be satisfied as uhleli. And please be ready ukuthi ukubhala ama questions. If you do have a question, kulezi lesobe sikhuluma. Sizoqala laphana Mr. Bongani Dumane, CEO of Rada Skills. Esichazele kabanzi about i-Rada Skills, ukuthi i-Rada Skills Academy yenza ini and ibasiza kanjani abantu abasha i-Rada, ngoba ethe fahla kancane earlier on, but now he's getting deep into it, ukusichazela ngokuthi bona-ke njengoba bethe basebenzisana no-Takealot, especially kosomabhizinisi, abantu abafuna ukuqala amabhizinisi kwezaba-transport bakhona, and to develop labo bantu abasha ukuthi bengene into the next level. Bongani, over to you.
Thank you. Okokuqala nje engithanda ukusho ukuthi when you gonna choose your career, it's very important ukubheka ama-trends akhona, ngoba by 2030 kunemsebenzi ezobe ingasekho. So akukho wise then ukuthi uhambe uye esikoleni uyofunda for 4 years ukuthi umuphuma kuthiwa amathuba awekho. So fanele uchecke ama-trends. So i-Rada Skills Academy, one of the things that we constantly do is to look ukuthi ama-trends athini. So utheke uma ngabe kungena indaba ze-internet, kuba ne-penetration ye-internet, abantu abaningi here ngiphethe ama-cellphone, ama-smartphones angithi, ano-WhatsApp, kunabo-Facebook, nani. So you discover what people are advertising, their companies are advertising their products, and suddenly people say bayakwazi ukuthi umuntu ehlele ekhaya a-order ukudla, a-order impahla, and then impahla ifike i-deliver. So leyo trend leyo sayibona ukuthi it's a growing trend all over the world, and nala South Africa nathi this trend iyakhula. Kufika i-COVID ngo-2020, kuthiwa wonke umuntu ahlala ekhaya, siku-lockdown, kodwa kuthiwa hayi usenga-order, yabona, usengakwazi ukuthi u-order and then izinto zakho zideliver, nokudla udeliver, negrosa manje siyadeliver. So this is a growing trend, yabona. Nanokuthi nje uyakwazi ukuthi u-order ezinye izinto zilethwe ama-courier companies. So ke kunalento esithi ke uma ngabe impahla zisuka ku-warehouse lapho isuka khona zize kufike kumuntu, leya last leg uma ngabe sisuka esitolo noma isuke e-warehouse iya kuwe njenge-customer, siyibiza nge-last mile, imayela lokugcina empahleni behamba. So ke i-rider ke sasesifika ke ukuthi no, let us come up with a program masibuka le trend ezokwazi ukuthi i-train our young people kule opportunity khona ukuthi bakwazi ukuthi babe wo-driver specifically for ama-scooters, because i-demand inkulu ngalapho njengamanje. So we came up with a program, siqala si-train the young people ku-entrepreneurship. It's a credit-bearing program where they do a specific unit standards. It's a skills program. It's about trainable entrepreneurship, how to run a business. Yini entrepreneur. Masithi lo muntu i-entrepreneur suke sikhuluma ngayo. Yini umehluko phakathi kwe-entrepreneur ne-tenderpreneur? Yini umehluko phakathi kwe-tenderpreneur ne-entrepreneur ne-business owner? Sikhuluma ngayo yonke le nto leyo. Or ne-pastorpreneur ke. Siyayichaza nayo. Yeah, i-pastorpreneur ungayazi ke ufike eclassini lethu yazi. So siyachaza yonke ke lama entrepreneurship lokhu ngana models. So from there, how to manage a business yakho umuntu, kwazi ukuthi imali ye-business akusiye yakho. Abanye abantu ukuthi imali mingena ku-business ajabula cabanga ukuthi yakhe. I-business is a living entity, fanele ukwazi umehluko. So emva kwalokho ke bese sithatha ke umuntu sesiyomfundisa ke ukugibela ke isithuthuthu. Sinamantombazane agibela isithuthuthu kahle kabi. Ngoba lento lesithuthuthu ayingokuthi umfana noma intombazane. So from there sibathathe up until through license. Now ke umuntu uma ngabe umtrainer in business usungakamsizi, ungakamnikezi lento ekuthiwa i-market access. Ngoba fanele phela uma umtrainer lo muntu wamprepare, fanele ke manje umnikeze i-market access akwazi ukuthi ke angene emathubeni. So sesiyakufaka kumathuba with our industry partners, and in this case kulele e-commerce last mile deliveries. So faka ku take a lot, sikufake ko Checkers 6060 ke deliver no Pick n Pay ke sikufaka kulawo mathuba ke lawo ube ne contract yakho as a business person ngokwakho. So uyakwazi ukuthi from there ke qala business and then you grow from there. So ke le program lengikhuluma ngayo ke njengoba nibona iTT khona, it's a program esiyenzayo, and iTT is fully behind it as a groundbreaking program. So that's what we do ke mangiletha nje opportunity ke. There are other trainings that we do, but we are looking at an opportunity ethinta abantu abasha. The entry requirement ukuthi ungene le program kufanele usupase grade 10. I standard 10, grade 10. Siyazwana ngithi? Anginawazi umehluko phakathi ka-standard 10 no-grade 10. Niyawazi? Uyini umehluko? Oh, okay. Niyawazi.
I was about to ask the student, imagine, mhlambe ama-results already menayo to get lama-trainings akhona kwa-run skills, but ke usukwazi ukuphendula ngani ukuthi you know you have to only have a grade 10 wakho, and then usukwazi ukuthi ube i-part of yona i-run skills. Mhlambe lesi sikole sithola kuphi nanokuthi do we pay anything if sifunda kusona nginale skills okuthola uqeqesho lwanele about le information.
Okay. Just ukuthi ngideklishe carrot bese ngizovela kuwe facilitator wethu. Ninokubabona yini laba bantu abadelivayo? Ninokubabona? Nibabiza ngovelapha ngithi abanye benu. Noma umama benu nina ngeke nisamazi uvelaphi manje. So ninokubabona ne ithi ngikunikeze isithombe. Kunomntwana ebesibatraina last year bagraduate abathutakalani ku-program yethu. Umuya kwi-Facebook page yethu uzoyibona i-video ngoyokhuluma ku-graduation. Loya mntana loyana wenza u-4,500 ngeviki. Deliver nje ngesithuthu ngeviki. Our highest earning lokhu nganabantu abaphuma ezandleni zethu ba-ena between u-16,000 no-18,000 rand ngenyanga. So nibuka le nto ukuthi hayi ovelaphi lapha. So ngibuyele kumbuzo wakho-ke our facilitator. I-program umuntu akabhadali kodwa i-program ayikho free ngoba uhulumeni usuke ebhadala. Like for instance, in this instant, i-Tita iyona esuke isponsora i-program njengalama program beswarana. So ke awubhadali lutho, and then umuntu maye ku-program ukuba ne-stipend asitholayo ngeke ngisisho ukuthi imalini ngoba i-stipend sisiqalekiso South Africa instead ukuthi sibe usizo. Ngoba umuntu uyophuma la angigijimise cabanga lesi stipend. So ngeke ngisho lutho kodwa kuba khona i-allowance oyitholayo ukuthi ukwazi ukugibela uze eklasini, ukwazi ukuba nepeni, ukuvaselini ufane nezingane zonke eklasini. Baze bayoqeda. Yeah, baze baqede baphume, and the way program is structured ngakhona ukuthi kube ne-startup ositholayo ukuthi sikhave petrol of the first month yabona ukwazi ukuqala. So ke ababhadali lutho when the government is sponsoring.
Okay, so we don't pay. We do not pay. Let's give him a round of applause, please. And I have to say, Uguti, you know, 5 years from now, we'll be needing your skills whereby already right now. Siyawenza lokho uthola ukuthi uya-order usekhaya and then u-check out uyakhamba uyakudelivera ngesikuthi. And abanye abantu becabanga ukuthi u-rich kanti no, indlela nje lula eyenza ukuthi impilo ibe lula. So please, if you are interested in the opportunity, ungayiyeki because this might change your life. Ngempela. Siyabonga kakhulu Bongani. And if unawo ama-questions sizokwazi ukuwathatha mase beqedile bonke, okay? And then sifisa ukuchazela la Bongani about the e-commerce and last mile. Ngeke ngabuza ukukhuluma about the e-commerce and last mile. Just ukusitshengisa ukuthi how does it work and what is it all about?
Okay. Ingakho ngeke ngathi ukuthinta kancane ukuthi sithe uma siba ne-internet ukuthi abantu baxhumana kunama-emails sesisuke ekubhaleni incwadi uyifake eposini usubhala incwadi email ibizwa ngani ngesiZulu konje anisazi isiZulu incwadi yomlilo so ngitholile namhlanje so ke kwenza email so kuba khona ukuthi ke kudala ona manje uma ufuna ukuthi uyothenga impahla so uzohamba ugibela ibhasi uhambe uze Friday la edolobheni uthi hayi ngizothenga ke iskate noma ngizothenga ilokwe angithi so ungene kwi-physical store uyibheke lonto lo uyithenga kodwa wesisikhathi uyangena esitolo bathi hayi lento ayikho tholakala esitolo saseNewcastle susenkingeni ke manje ngoba sekufanele ugibele uye kuphi so kutheke ngenxa ye-internet penetration kwasukuba ukuthi ke you can set up istolo online ukuthi hayi ngiyasho ukuthi ngidayisa leli lokwe ngidayisana nalokhu and then umuntu bese ethi hayi ngiyayifuna lento kunokuthi ngigibele ngeNewcastle ngizoyi-order kulo muntu ohlele eNewcastle uyabona kodwa ngiyi-order la ku-internet platform noma i-website and then lo muntu oseNewcastle usethi hayi-ke uma usubhadalile-ke ngiyayithumela into ifike kuwe ukusuka kwale mpahla eNewcastle iza kuwe mhlawumbe iyofika eMagudu angazi ukuthi usuku-order kuwe leyo nto leyo ukuthi siyibiza nge-last mile ukuthi le mpahla siyahanjiswa the transportation of the goods whether from the store or from the warehouse or DC to the customer sibiza nge-last mile delivery ngoba ke imayela lokugcina angithi lento le isuka effect lapha ekanti khona iyaya kulo muntu lona one warehouse or yo wholesaler and then ke akakabi last mile le but misisuka kulo muntu lona esitolo noma onani eyiletha kuwe isibizwa nge-last mile so ke masikhuluma nge-e-commerce sikhuluma ukuthi ke manje sesikwazi ukwenza ibhizinisi on the electronics and the digital mediums esinawo bangaki abantu abake babona umuntu advertise izinto ku-Facebook ethi ngidayisa lokhu but ebhala ku-Facebook niyamcontact ngithi bese ethi hayi uma ufaka imali ngizokuthumelela akuze ukuthi uhlalaphi kubuka ku-informal but sekuyi-e-commerce ke le uyabona sekuyi-informal but sekuyi-e-commerce ufika wa-advertiser ku-Facebook wayithanda into and then naxhumana wakutshela ukuthi hayi faka imali ngo-e-wallet noma ngo-cashsend uma usukwenzile lokho athi hayi ngizokulethela bayaqonda so ke uma esekulethela-ke leyo mbiza leyo nsuke niyi-odile ngoba ngathi nithanda ukoda imbiza uma ngabe sekulethela leyo mbiza leyo suke uyi-odile-ke sekuyi-last mile-ke leyo delivery yenzakalayo ngichazile ngithi ngiyayibona isithombe sakhe
Right, siyabonga kakhulu okanye. Ngeke besikole. Ngithi thina sisebenza ngendlela eqondile. Njengamanje bazositshela ukuthi senza kanjani ukwenza indlela eqondile and then sobuyela futhi kuyena ukongadumane just ukusikarithela ukuthi senza kanjani ukutrader but senze informal trading ngokusizakala nge-radar skills and development. Right, asiqhubeke siye laphana ku-Mr. Danjo Kubega. He's the CEO of Oakley Courts House and so besikhuluma ke lana about tracking nama trainings esiwatholayo khona nanokuthi kufuneka abantu abanama experience yini ukuze ngithole le training kodwa ke uzokwazi ukusichazela just nje deep briefing about yona Oakley consultant. Mr. Dan, over to you.
Thank you. Sandra Foot. So I think I'm trying to define the problem. So the problem is now in the trucking industry. What's good to go from code 49? Where now? And to buy now code 40. Oh, my 70. The driver. Okay, so the biggest problem in the trucking industry is that a truck is not something that you can give to someone just because they have a license. As right? So most companies will not hire you just because you have a license. We want at least minimum 3 years of experience, actually. But so it's 3 years of experience. Train 3 years of experience. And that's the fundamental issue. And that is why, if you look at e-tracking today, it's what about the banner? Right? So it's what about the banner pan, let me show you. So, because Tina is youth, yeah, that's what I'm saying again, because as now, put a match to so the training, the experience on the truck, on the road, right? So what we've done with TITA is to identify there is a problem and say how do we bridge the gap between umuntu ohleli e-coronation njengobongani ongenayo i-license othi ngifuna ubo-driver. Mina ngifuna uba yini? Driver we-code 40 lama-truck abulala umgwaqo. asewuqedile asiwayekele-ke mina ngidla ngawo right asiwahamba. So what we then do as a company is to take umuntu from not having any qualification, in other words, a license. We take them through that process, and that is coupled with a formal skills program and a certification, I'm sure, where you become a truck driver or professional. It makes you a professional truck driver. We then train you and eventually do 20 learners, capable and then eventually do 20 license. Once you've got your license, we then take you into the academy, usebenze nathi as an assistant driver for the next, say, 24 months, because the first part is a year, and then the 24 months. In that period, you are driving, you are a co-driver, you are driving, you are loading, you are offloading, you are doing the paperwork, yonki, or you get trained patiently through that process. And at the end of that process, you already have a logbook. Ebonisayo ukuthi wena you've been working for 3 years. And now you are free to either go and find work elsewhere, Anisha, or to join us and work in our company. Our company has a number of trucks. We mainly do liquids, which is fuel. We move fuel, petroleum, diesel, right? But we also do tot liners, the curtain sides, where we move dry goods for oil period and so forth. The number of trucks that we have right now on the road are closing on 100, so there's enough space for anyone to join the program. And that is the opportunity that we really bring. So ITITA then says, okay, we will sponsor with you Platinum Bound, the training of this young lady, the training of this young man for the next 3 years. And during the 3 years, you obviously then start earning, or you earn on a monthly basis. You may not earn 30,000 a whole load drive or qualify, but now we are too many money card, right? And that is what we do. And we are here to say those opportunities exist, right? And TITA wants to put more money into those opportunities for you. But it was a prayer here. That's basically it.
Wow, amazing stuff, guys. It's amazing. It's very nice towards these things, the panel, so it's very good because some as you focus and you are so quiet, like, please, Ndanisha Lizandaglo. I just love the way any focusing corner to this, to these things about Kulumangazo today. And but then the question engaqhamuka is that mhlambe as ngihleli njengoba sihleli lana youth sibuza yona ukuthi okay, what do I actually need to get into this program to be trained and become a qualified driver? Kudingeka ini? Kudingeka grade 12, kudingeka mhlambe ngibe nesithuthi esithile. What do I really need to get into this program?
As driving really just needs so being a driver involves a couple of things, because when you're a driver, you are actually serving a customer. So you're picking up something from somewhere, you're delivering it to a customer somewhere as well, and picking it up from somewhere to another site. You know, sometimes I look at my team of drivers and I feel sorry for them because they work so hard, right? Sometimes you leave Johannesburg. I was looking at another guy, why complainer, he's one of my drivers. I left Johannesburg 2 weeks ago and I have not been back, and I'm going away the next day. It's just the difficulty of the job, right? Because you will go from the Joburg, for example, to Durban with a load. Moving at Durban, you offload. And each truck does not make money when it's carrying air. right? A truck only makes money when it's carrying goods, right? So man said they need to work, okay, there's a load, it's going to East London or it's going to Cape Town. You can't say no. You pick up that load from Durban, you go where? Cape Town. And then I can keep you there on the coast, depending on what I'm finding in terms of loads, for the next 2 weeks, right? And by then you're missing your boyfriend, you're missing your girlfriend, so eventually you get back to Joburg, right? And then we're off. But that's the difficulty of the life of a trucker, because you literally live in a truck, right? So that's the first thing. Secondly, to answer your question, Sisi, I think one of the most important things is the ability to read and because if you can't read and write, so paperwork. So reading and writing, and I don't want to put that an 8 or matric. I just want to say, can we be able to read and write? Because Elen has this over if you can't read and write in the first place, Spanish. Right. And then number 2, be able to communicate, express yourself. Anisha, you're able to communicate to the customer, customers are happy to work with you, and so forth. That's what makes a trucker, and that's what keeps you on the job. But to qualify for a job, really just be able to read and write, be able to express yourself in a language that everyone uses. Mainly it's English, am I right? Because you're dealing with all sorts of people out there. Right, that's basically it.
Alright. If ngikwazi ukubhala nokufunda, then I'm fine. I can just simply go to Oakley Consultant and they'll help me study ukuba ngiba qualified truck driver. It's amazing, isn't it? Let's give him a round of applause, please. Maybe the question, my last question, because I'm going to put my question, because we do have our questions, right? That would like to ask them. Remember my last question, I would say, for ukufunda, do I need ukuba or nakhona I can just come and register and ngenza kanjani to be the part of ukufundela ukuba truck driver kuyona le-Oakley Consultant?
Sure. So very simply, just like Bomani explained, these programs are government sponsored by TITA fully, right? Although, I mean, we do bring in our own money into it, but as a learner, you don't need to bring anything. You just need to bring all your faculties into the class and share the definition. But from a monetary point of view, these are empowerment programs that are meant to empower and to change our lives. And we know this is when there is no Uber, so you can't expect umuntu osuke endaweni ehluphekayo ukuthi akhokhe anything. They must just be there and be focused, and eventually they start earning money.
Great. Asimphuzane kokugcina. And then so some question later on. Wow, okay. And we do have a beautiful lady in her 25 years. Namzamo Ngamu, Kamgagwa Starlight Aviation. Namzamo, welcome once again. Sizokhuluma about Uba Unjiniela. Just to tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, ukuthi uNomzamo Ngamu ungubani, and then isukaphi lento yokuthi manje ugcina usunjiniyela, especially at the age of 25. Mina ngazonjiniyela benabo 30, 40, 50. In fact, baba nama 70 years, and you are just 25 and an engineer. Wow, amazing.
Thank you. So a bit of the background about uNomzamo Ngamu. I mentioned ukuthi ngizalelwe endaweni Funde eMangeni High, ngaqeda ngo-matric the year 2015. So ekhaya nginentombazane ekhule nabantu abafana ngizalwa. So ekuzalweni kwami nabafana kanjalo, but maybe ngithengele oludwe ekhaya mina ngamahlelo amakhanda. Into kanjalo because I cannot compensate being a girl like that. So I think somehow that ignited a spark initially to become just an engineer. So I then applied post-matric to certain different universities. I was accepted for engineering. But at the back of my mind, I had the passion yokuba yi-pilot. So kuthe kusuka-ke approacha ubaba. So I am raised by a single father, just to mention that. I lost Uma, I think I was in grade 9. So the thing is, I went to Baba Ngakutela and said, can I please study to become a pilot? I want to fly. Hi, ekhaya ke vele kidayo simpangeni kunje kunaleyo nto ukuthi once anything associated with flying uzofa. Once kwanebhalo ephakathi uyafa. So I then had to beg Umtomdala to please help me achieve this. Fine, took me to a training academy which was in the Eastern Cape, where I was accepted to become a pilot. Utoma mfika laphayana, we opened their corner, I'm ready to start being a pilot. And then we opened their corner, but again, we also offer aircraft engineering. I was like, very good. That is what I want to do. I do not want to be a pilot anymore. And that is how I changed. I want to fly. I want to be a pilot. Because at the back of my mind, I've always wanted to know also what keeps Ipanoi up in the stars. Yini le eti aini. Yini le eti matwa ge. What keeps it flying straight and level? So I had that eagerness to know and how the engine capacity in Jayapol. So I then became started studying to become an aircraft engineer. So in Wami, I finished studying in the year 2018. In being an aircraft engineer, apprenticeship. So you do 18 months of training, including that is actually excluding ground school. So you do a year of funda, and then 18 months lapo open 18 months. In order for you to have 2,800 hours before you could even go and say, okay, now I think I want to become an aircraft mechanic. I underwent Galileo training. I qualified as an aircraft mechanic. And also the scarcity of females, black females in the aviation industry, I secured myself a job before finishing my studies. So before I was done training, I was absorbed into the company I was working for, which was brilliant. So I started working and then our building. So after the 18 months of training and the 2,800 hours, to become a mechanic. So right now I'm serving as a mechanic, but then the end goal is to become an engineer. And for you to even become an engineer, you need 2 years of working experience. So that was also fast forwarded because I was already working for a company. And then at the Wamilapo, I finished and it was COVID time. Aviation crashed. Went into the ground and Geshwalami, I was retrenched. I will be honest about it, it was because I was female. Working in a workforce, Lisa of over 40, and I was the only female. Then I left, I came back home, then I started job hunting. And I think, if I'm being honest, in aviation, you only start getting a recognition once you have licenses. Because our licenses, to them, mean you are competent. To them means you have the working experience. So I then, during COVID, I started studying to become an aircraft engineer because I had the time. The Funda, I wrote my first exam. Luckily, I passed, and I started becoming an engineer. But the engineer experience at the end of the day. I luckily, I then secured a job at Starlight Aviation, where I currently work there, and I've been working there since. And just to put it out there, I am licensed on both fixed wings and helicopters. So I'm licensed on Amapanoi Lawa and Impigo, Nalawa and Opipela, which is very scarce in females in aviation. In fact, in my company, I think I am actually the only licensed one, dual licensed engineer who has both licenses. So, but it's nothing that is impossible. It's doable. Especially also, there's a lot of opportunities for females. I'm not being a feminist. I'm just I'm not being a feminist, but there's so much opportunity for females in this industry. Also for pilots as well, becoming a pilot, there's so much that you can achieve. Also, any though is, sorry, I'm not being long, guys. Any though is, we should also broaden imicabango yethu to not say, okay, once you're in aviation, that means you're only a pilot or you're only an engineer. Ukhona abantu who are scared of heights. I'm one of them. Yeah, some of my heights, but I'm in this industry because of passion. However, there are jobs in aviation azokwenza ukuthi uhlale phansi ungahambi ngebhanoyi if ukuthi usabundiza. So you can also become an air traffic controller. You can become a load master. There's so many other jobs within the aviation, and you can become an air hostess. There's so much to it. So yeah, that is more or less my aviation background.
Wow, Asimshai Lizaka, please. And I was about to ask you, all right, well, we are seeing you, because I know you are there, sky high, being an engineer and stuff, but then are there any opportunities? But down to you know what, for females, there are a lot of opportunities there, because only few females are so aviation. So the abantu besifazane abafuna ukuba engineer or I'm a pilot, there's an opportunity abangakwazi ukuthi beyithathe kuyona i-aviation bese beyakwazi ukuthi beyenze. But then Nomzamo, what do I need as a person omusha to get into this program, ukuba engineer or ukuba kwi-aviation? What do I really need to get here? Do I need grade 12? Do I need to pass out with a bachelor? Because those are things we need to understand, Jamie and John, first before we take any decisions.
Thank you. That is a stereotype as corner, because once you're a pilot and it's like a glorified career. However, there really isn't much that you need. An aviation background only needs maths and physics. Futhi nakhona akudingi ukuthi ube a student. As long as ukwazi ukuhlanganisa, as long as ukwazi ukudivide, as long as ukwazi have that open mind, think outside of the box. That is all that we need you to have. But if you're at an advantage, if you have maths and physics, same with engineering, you're at a big advantage if you have maths and physics, because we then at some point discuss ukuthi ibhanoyi why lingafreezi if you phezulu. Then we need to calculate izinto zokuthi there's about viscosity, there's about so you need to have that kind of background, which okay, then I'll be able to come. But if umuntu osheshayo ukubamba, honestly, I would even say you do not even need all those things. But hlanganisa with divide, bit of physics background, but nakhona with our aircraft maintenance engineering, you get taught all these things. So if Uza, straight out of high school, physics and maths, we do teach you physics and maths, we course there. So you do need a background, but it's not mandatory. Yes.
Okay. Awumnandi ukuthi siyakwazi ukufundiswa nayo mathematics if usingenayo, right? And physics siyakwazi ukuthi sifundiswe. And maybe another question can be that how long does this course take? Does it take 4 years, 5 years, as Eshilo uNtando washo noBongani ukuthi izithatha mhlambe 6 months, 24 months, unyaka oyi-1? And we'd like to know as well kuyona yona ilokhuzana yamabhanoyi or engineer, how long does it take for me to finish my studies?
Okay. To become a pilot, it differs. The same way all code bayahluka, khona code 8 and 20, khona code 10, khona code 14. To become a pilot, nakhona kuyahluka, there's a PPL, which is your private pilot license. You can do that, I think, in less than a year, by a private pilot license. However, awukwazi ukundizisa abantu, meaning you cannot fly for remuneration. You cannot fly nama-passenger uthi ngine-PPL license, so ngifuna ukwenza imali. You cannot make money ngaleyo license. That's like a private license for people, not even for people who own their own aircraft, but it's targeted for those people. And then CPL, we can say can take about 24 months, which is 2 years. And that is also very highly dependent on umuntu. Aviation iya ngumuntu nekhanda lomuntu masisikhuluma iqiniso, because there's people that take less than a year ukwenza a course that is estimated ukuthi ungayenza for 2 years. There's people who do PPL in 3 months that is estimated to be a year. So CPL, which is your commercial pilot license, can take up to 24 months, and that is also very highly dependent on weather. Obviously, you do not get taught how to fly umaliduma, you do not get taught how to fly umalina, because it's training yakho. And then to become an aircraft maintenance engineer, I'd say you need about 3 years. You need 3 years because you cannot do that part-time, unfortunately. Whereas with flying, you can do it part-time. We have students to be honest, in Starlight that are over the age of 50. They are business owners, they are parents, they work full-time, but they fly part-time. So it's doable part-time. However, it will just take you longer. Depending on how quick you are to finish your exam, especially for the pilot training, how quick you are to do your exams, that will fast track you. Okay, it costs us 6 months, within 3 months. However, in the air maintenance engineering, that you need 3 years because that is a full-time course. And after even passing AMA exams, you still need about 2 years of working experience for you to even start knocking at doors. So yeah, that's more or less it.
Thank you so much, Nomzamo. Asimpeli Itobe, Nomzamo. This is talking about indaba yamabhanoyi, aircrafts, how to fly, how to become an engineer. Njengamanje, I'm going to take it to my people, my beautiful people. If there are any questions, especially kwipanel yethu namhlanje sinobongani Duma from Rudder Skills. We have Dando Kubega, CEO now from Oakley Consultant. We have Nomzamo Ngamu from Starlight in aviation. So if kunento abayikhulumile then you are totally interested on, please simply raise your hand and bazokwazi ukungi-assista just ukwazi ukuphendula. Okay, my brother there, Emuva, can I have an assistance with the microphone, please? I think, okay. Please say your name and the question.
Sabor, kani for class to Ephraim inside. It was a bit too. Mr. Luhan, Mr. We should say, the proposal Mr. Luhan, in academia, very based in Pretoria, and see something about. And who Mr. The repose we see Umangabe ufuna manage ama-truck, manage ama-truck yena wenze which undergraduate degree ayenze in order to be in his position. That was the mind.
Right now, what's up, Poligama?
Kani for
Sakani kusafuna go manager already, like ukathe. All right, let's take Omunye Ponsi. My panel, please do note the questions down because sizokwazi ukubaphendula if sesibathathile. So please do note ukuze singeke sikwazi ukukhola. Right? Asithathele ubhuti la ngaphambili.
Okay. So I want to ask ukuthi lapha ekudeni ngizwe kuthiwa kufuna grade 10. So you must have passed grade 9 going to grade 10, or you must pass grade 10 going to grade 11. So obviously kulama trainings enwenzayo eyikota plus nama-truck. In the end of the training, which NQF level do I possess? No NQF level, but because I understand that once you have done training somewhere somehow, you accumulate NQF level. It's either 2, 3, 4, 5 upwards. Then this way, you are calling air traffic control. When I don't have traffic cop, I'm
Traffic in phezulu. Okay. Asithathe omunye futhi, yes. Sizoza. Kulekani.
Sanibonani, igama lami uPhindile Ngwenya. Bengicela ukubuza lapha kuBongane ukuze ukukhuluma ngendaba yokufunda. Ngifuna ukubuza ukuthi kufundela isikhathi esingakanani, mhlawumbe kuba unyaka noma 6 months noma isikhathi esingakanani. Ngiyabonga.
Okay. I'm gonna take two people. Bese-ke siyaphendula.
Sanibonani, igama lami nguSiyabonga. Bengisacela ukubuza uBhuti uNtando, kufishane ngicela ukubuza. Bengicela ukubuza ukuthi ngoba esemkhakheni wama-truck, sephumelele, sekukhona akwenzayo, kukhona akukhonayo uBhuti uqeda ukubuza umbuzo, ngicabanga ukuthi kusho uhambisane nawo, kodwa-ke uhluke kancane. Bengicela ukubuza-ke ukuthi Bhuti, uma ake ngithi nje ngine-truck lami sengisebenzile, ngifuna-ke manje umsebenzi. Uma ufuna uba eminye imisebenzi unokufuna nge-CV. So lo wama-truck siyawubona agcwele umgwaqo, ufunwa kanjani? Umbuzo wami nje lapho.
I really love your question, because you guys want to try Masondo logistics, and then we as you understand ukuthi lo muntu usebenza nabawa-Transnet kanjani, and then akubhale ukuthi Transnet bani but kubhale Masondo, but then Masondo ukuthi truck lakhe lithatha amalahle aka-Transnet or whatsoever. So now that question is very important. I think it's going to help most of us njengoba I understand when it comes to logistics. All right, sizothatha to that side, because we've been taking this side a lot, right? You know. All right, my sister. Alright, ngicabanga ukuthi kumele siphendule imibuzo, and then we'll just check if we do still have time, and then we'll take more questions. But if we don't have time, your guys don't ngixolela, because you know my stage manager uvele nje angishaye ngama-sign anzima kabuhlungu. Asiqaleni kuyena uBongani. Bongani, the question abake bayibuza. Please do answer my mic.
Okay, ngizoqala ngokuphendula indaba ka-grade 10. So sayisithi-ke phasa u-grade 10, fika kithi ne-report ukuthi uphasile u-grade 10. Masithi uphasile 4 terms onke waphasile. Ungafiki uphethe ama-term awu-3. Ungafiki uphethe ama-term awu-4. But let me get to your other question. So the reason why sifuna ukuthi uphasile u-grade 10 onke ama-terms aphelele is because i-skills program lesifaka kuso is NQF level 2 when you venture creation. Yabona? So NQF level 2 sifuna ukuthi ke ukuphasile grade 10 kahle. And then ke kunalento lena ebizwa nge-CAT. Hayi kade kodwa i-CAT. Credit accumulation and transfer. So into ezokwenzeka ukuthi sikwenzisa specific unit standards out of the full qualification and national certificate. So uma usuwenzile lawo unit standards kusho ukuthi you are accumulating ama credits. Ungabuyela uye kwamanye ama institutions or ubuyele kithi uthi hayi mina senginemali ngifuna ukuba ngine full qualification yale national certificate se NQF level 2 new venture creation. Bese sithi hayi ke sesikuthatha through ke uzuqede ke kube full certificate. So aba unit standards lesiwenzayo people they take 6 weeks which spends those unit standards including ukuthi sibiza ngama remedials kwenza ama corrections and all that the theory part. So uma usuqede ke lo 6 weeks when you venture creation that skills program sesikufaka ke ekugibeleni ibhayisikili kuqala. No ngeke uqale isithuthuthu ibhayisikili ungalazi. Ngoba fanele uqale ufunde ibalance. Umzimba wakho ungakuyisi esayidini. So kuya ngabantu ukuthi umuntu fast kangakanani. Kodwa into esiyaziyo ukuthi nje if you are with us for 4 months every day uyimisele ungenayo inyoni uvalo usukwazi ukusigibela isithuthuthu. Uyabona? So ke i-program yethu nje sikusho ukuthi in 6 months so sesikwazi ukuthi sithathe umuntu ahambe oena 15,000 16,000 6 months. Kodwa ke kuya ngokuthi uvalo lungakanani. The most important thing kakhulu indaba ye-safety. Indaba ye-safety lento engiyenzayo ubaba sewahamba emhlabeni wangiwona ngangifuna ukuthenga isithuthuthu una-19 but ungasithengi isithuthuthu sokubulala kodwa sengitshela abantu kuzo lezi thuthu so ngoba ngangivele ngisithanda nje. So indaba ye-safety ibalulekile into that we have discovered ukuthi our boys baba nama accidents compared to the girls. Angazi kanjani. So only forecast in name. So that has been happening since 2020 siqala ukutraina ukuthi nje ama accidents ke lento kuba overconfident ubona ngathi uyamshindwa uyabulala. Yeah, so ke siyasithanda ukuthi ke qala lokhu practice ke after the time noma usuyitholile but lokhu ungena emgwaqeni be careful ukuze you will get used to so that is the duration ke ye training. Ngibuyele kubhuti okhulume ngendaba ukuthi ke ngoba sithi sise Pretoria, yes ama offices ethu ase Pretoria but wherever kuthiwa siyo trainer khona we go. Yabona? So uma ngabe ethi uhulumeni wakwaZulu wozanla noma ithi wozanla efilidi nankinga leyo. So as long as it's South Africa nje into eyayidelay kakhulu indaba yokwenza ama bookings. Angithi niyazi ama traffic department bafanele kubhukwe ukuthi uzotesta ilearners uzotesta ukuthi wenze code A or A1 because the code is 222. A1 suke kuyi-code yokuthi driver automatic ebizwa nge-scooter. Yabo lezi zase-Divones lezi ikude ethanda omesisi kakhulu lezo A1 ke lo. So it's either wenza A or A1. A ilokwe manual 222 discipline kahle. So ke delay lapho in terms of ama booking. Makune strike sisenkingeni. Mangabe imvulina awutaste futhi awupractice. I-challenge leyo ngesithuthuthu yabona. So ama delays abalapho. So ngicabanga ukuthi ngiphendulile lo mkhiqizo.
Yes, thank you so much. Mr. Bongani. Ngicabanga ukuthi uphendulile imibuzo akade ninayo, my brother. All right, and then sizobe siqhubeka siyisa ku Mr. Ntando Kubheka, CEO of Oakley Consultant. Engabe mhlambe kumele ngithule ukuzoba manager. One of the questions I come over namhlanje. Over to you, Mr. Ntando.
Yeah, so trying to ask questions without I assume I think I got to university in 1996. Right. 1996, I did a BCom accounting back then, and I've since studied. I'm a lecturer at Tshwanese University of Technology as well. So I'm also a lecturer. My qualifications, I've got a master's in business. And okay, let me proceed. The next question was, what NQF level do I get after training? NQF level 3, right? And you go through all the unit standards. The NQF level 3, professional truck driver. So that's what you would get. NQF level 3. Usiyabonga asked a question. It's what do I need to do to get work for my truck? So, business and entrepreneurship is all about relationships, right? People don't work with people they do not like. People work with people they like. And in the business of transport, there's hardly any tenders, right? So there's hardly any tenders. So you go, you create a relationship, you have a relationship with whoever is going to work, and they open up a gap for you to move the goods, I'm sure. Whether it's rainbow chicken or it is imperial or whatever, it's really on relationship, on one-on-one relationship with whoever is the person on the other side of the table. So it's really about relationships, and that's how you get work. Okay. Ubalungi let ask the question, where do I register to be a trainee? Or how do I register to be a trainee? So ITITA is the one that will open the program up for us, okay? When they are ready, they will open up the program for us. I will then come to Vryheid at the time, and I will do a recruitment to pick up all those people that want to be truck drivers. I think there are registrations that are happening right now where people are registering. Those lists will end up with TITA, and that's where we get our candidates for our program. That's basically it.
All right. Thank you so much. And then we did say, earlier, if you did not register, please do register so that if there are opportunities there, we can be able to notify via my emails or my SMSs, guys. So please do make sure that you register before you go. Otherwise, you'll be losing out to a lot of things. Okay? And then I see you, Nomzamo. Nomzamo, it's you. Equally traffic. Mina ngiyekizothayi ukhona nama-hams ngisho nje ama-hams njani Nomzamo.
Okay. Just to answer that question, just by show of hands, ungangaki abantu or ungangaki nizwe kuthiwa kushayisene amagama ephezulu? Ne? Guys, that's because we have an air traffic controller. The air traffic controller, not do they check ukuthi i-disc yakhe expire nini noma i-license yakho i-valid nini. We have the SACAA, which is the South African Civil Aviation Authority. Iwona ama-traffic cop ethu-ke lawo, iwona sibophayo. They are the ones that check if our licenses are valid or if amabhanoyi ethu are fit to fly. What air traffic controllers do is, so angithi yekelizwe before taking off amabhanoyi kuba khona ama-pilots akhulumayo ekhuluma Charlie, ready for departure, kanjalo. So they then get the instruction from the air traffic controllers, because we air traffic controlling abantu abahlala phezulu kwi-tower, they know ukuthi kule ndlela or kule space mina engisimonithayo iliphi ibhanoyi elisemoyeni and what time. Air traffic controllers, what they do is they tell the pilot at what height to fly. Bazokutshela ukuthi okay, uma usuka manje climb up to 1,000 feet of sea level, because ukhona ofly at 500 feet. Yabo? Ukhona, or bazothi take off right inbound or seaside, because bayazi ukuthi khona overlate. So that is what air traffic controllers do. They just also prevent labantu laba. Ngizwe kuthiwa abantu besilisa ibona abajwayele ukuthi beginqike ney'thuthuthu. Nathi-ke emabhanoyini sinabantu besilisa bathi mesebendiza bebona ukuthi ngiyakwazi ukushaya isibhudla emoyeni bewabhekise kanjani. So that is what air traffic controllers do. They prevent ukuthi umuntu they fly anyhow. Ngoba nathi esemoyeni ethi I cannot see ukuthi khona bani, I do not see anyone, awuthi ngijike kuphindele emuva. And the way aba-stricting akhona, should you not even adhere to what they say, they can really just tell you after takeoff, because awusizwa, please take off, make 180 turn, so that is what air traffic controllers do. They just prevent ukuthi engashayisani emoyeni. That's all they do.
Thank you so much. Let's please. Let's give them a huge round of applause. Guys, Sigile, Sisotine, because Sisikulume, Genjabayani, Yezitututu, Sakuluma Gamatraki, Amabanoyi. I mean, guys, where can you get this information? Only on Empower Youth. Let's give a round of applause for Empower Youth, guys. It's doing great things, amazing things. I need like Isandre Ngulu, like wah, you know? Isandre Ngulu, wah. That's her. Thank you so much. And my selector, please give me something. And then we're going to be taking pictures right now. After that, so this is Kubega with Mr. James Porter. But right now, we are taking some pictures. And please do remember, ukuthi bazokwazi ukushiyela ama-contacts abo. Nokuthi sibathola kanjani on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, because it's very important ukuthi sibathole. Just really quickly, Mr. Bongani, where do we get you on Facebook, social, Twitter, yeah.
So Facebook, RADAH, RADAH, RADAH Skills Academy. Please stand there on Facebook. I see Twitter. Sevenza kakhulu
But on Facebook?
On Facebook is corner RADAH Skills Academy. Please stand there on Facebook, because when we do programs, we advertise on Facebook, even our forms, you download them on Facebook, I link you fill up an electronic or online form, iba ku Facebook. So muslandela ku Facebook, ilapho uzothola khona izinto eziningi.
Thank you so much, Bongani. And then Danjo.
Thina we have on Twitter, Facebook asimthandi indawo yamakhehla.
Okay.
Thina we on Twitter. You can get my handle at Sharing Pioneer. Sharing Pioneer, SharingPioneer.
All right, thank you so much.
Sharing Pioneer.
Sharing Pioneer. Hey, asithele lapha Nomzamo.
You can get us on LinkedIn at Starlight Aviation. You can get us on our Facebook page, Starlight Aviation. Asundalo Twitter, Asundalo WhatsApp.
Thank you so much, my selector, please.
No facetto monopo abasheka baspektonge ngale ngoma sivusa bale abasanga ubheke baye namhlanje yobambana ngamanqi nasekhathi sobayenzela ifili ngada ngizwani sengithini hlehla banovalo kusala banesibili namhlanje yobambana ngamanqi